had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire an energy vampire. But also, they're a literal vampire. And suddenly, my team is spending all their time sharpening wooden stakes and buying bulk silver and rehearsing ancient chants, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant takes insights from over 1 billion professionals to create a short list of the best fits for you. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
Kaylee Cuoco and Sam Claflin star in the MGM Plus original series, Vanished. When the man Alice loves disappears on a train to the south of France, every romantic memory becomes evidence. Every intimate detail, a potential threat. She thought she knew everything about him, but she may not even know his real name. 4-part thriller Vanished premieres February 1st on MGM Plus. Finding the truth is a dangerous affair.
This is the TJ Show, our news. It sounds different around here. Kenny reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. Kenny, what's happening on the planet today?
Have you ever heard of the term peanut butter raise?
I have not.
Mm-mm. Is it when you work for peanut butter?
No.
And then you get more of it when you do good.
I know your husband Lewis would probably
he would work for peanut butter,
appreciate that.
Something to do with the sun. Peanut butter raise.
No, so this is a business term. Essentially, this means that everybody at a company would receive an equal raise as opposed to an individual performance-based raise. They call it a peanut butter raise because it's like spreading peanut butter evenly across a piece of bread. According to a survey done by PayScale, they're like a logistics company that help businesses with their payment and salaries, so on and so forth. 44% of companies plan to use the peanut butter raise approach this year.
So if like the company says everybody's getting a 3% raise, that's what it is?
Exactly.
Oh, so it's not performance-based. It's just they pick a number and they increase it for everyone.
Correct.
Yes, so they say that these performance-based individual raises could be subjective or biased, and across-the-board raises are easier and cheaper to administer. So many companies are opting for this approach rather than the performance-based raise.
Well, I guess if you're in that kind of an ecosystem where it's like percentage raises, whatever. I mean, I guess if they're giving us money, I'm thrilled. I'll take it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, peanut butter, jelly, whatever you want to call it. If it's more money in my bank account, I'm a fan of that.
Throw a little fluff on there.
But I guess the other side of the argument, if you're an employee at a company who's overachieving compared to an employee who's, let's say, doing the bare minimum, do you really deserve the same raise?
Well, probably not.
That's the question.
Stop going above and beyond.
Well, no, that's not the answer.
Do your job.
No.
Just do what you get paid for.
No, you see, I think from what I've witnessed over the many years in radio, I've navigated these corporate entities and everything, and the people who are still doing it and excelling, and oftentimes moving out of the position they were in, they were like hardworking. They go for every single thing they can do. They look under every rock, and somehow, you do great with what you have, you get promoted. And it might not be in the current office place that you're in, but it's recognized by the right people. And they just sort of put you on a rocket ship and shoot you up into outer space. And I don't know. I mean, I've always admired that. And so that's the way I work. And I don't really think about the little tiny raises. I'm thinking, what's the big picture?
Sure. I think that's healthy.
I hope so.
Well, according to the study from PayScale, the average pay raises in 2026 are expected to be 3.5. That's the same as last year. And despite 44% planning to do the peanut butter raise, 48% still plan to use merit-based raises for individuals.
Okay, so it's like down the middle.
Yeah,
almost.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a higher number than I would expect. But hey, at least there are raises going out there.
Yeah, it appears to be a growing trend.
Kenny, what else you got?
There's a new social trend. People are getting together for, quote, admin nights. Thought you might find this interesting.
What is an admin night?
It's a night where you get together with your friends and you all do your administrative tasks together. So if you have bills that you've been putting off that need paying, if you need to check emails, if you need to scratch some things off your to-do list, it's a way to get all of your life stuff done, but without having to sacrifice your social time. So you do it together with friends.
Okay. I like that. Yeah.
It's clever. And I like it. In theory, it sounds like a good idea. Will it work? Will we actually get anything done if we're all in a room around a table paying our bills?
Distracting.
Yeah.
Who knows? But people are throwing these admin parties now.
I know for me, I do need someone to like push me to do something, like even just to pay a bill. So like my husband will like remind me to do stuff like that. So that would actually be helpful for me.
Okay.
It's like a moral support thing.
Yeah. And I do remember like not growing up, but like in my 20s, my friend Jamie and I, we would actually like kind of do stuff like this. Like we would go and like if she had a doctor's appointment, like I would go with her.
Oh,
for
that's
like
sweet.
stuff like that. If we were
Yeah.
hanging out and she's like, I have a doctor's appointment, like, oh, okay, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same
But even
thing.
like in college, like my sorority sisters and I, or my friends and I, we would sit down and like go to the library together and do our papers at the same time during a certain time frame. So I think with this, in order for it to work, everybody just has to know like, hey, we're going to put a timer on. We're going to work for like 30, 40 minutes, take like a 15-minute break to socialize and then get back, to what we were doing.
Shots. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and if we can drink while we do it, hey, why not?
And everybody can be each other's accountability buddy and keep each other accountable. Make sure that you get your stuff done.
All right. Don't hate it. Kenny, what else you got?
Well, I wanted to clarify something that we talked about yesterday. NASA is preparing for its return trip to the moon with its Artemis 2 mission, and it's giving people the chance to fly alongside the 4 astronauts who will be on the space shuttle. Well, not literally, but your name could fly alongside this in this mission.
So I saw this headline and I should have clicked on it. I'm glad you got this. I assumed it was like you write your name on a piece of paper and they put it or they print it out and then your name flies around the moon.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to clarify. They don't print anything out. Your name will be stored on a small SD card, and that'll be tucked away somewhere on the rocket shipped.
That's so lame. That's so lame.
That's hilarious.
It's so dumb.
Well, and so I guess to get on this little list, you've got to sign up for it.
Well, it's free. Anybody can do it. I think there's no limit, so anybody can sign up at nasa.gov. And what you'll get is this unofficial boarding pass with your name on it. You could print that out and, let's say, frame it and keep it in your office.
My name went around the moon.
But as far as what actually is going around the moon with the 4 astronauts, it's just going to be on a little storage device.
That's funny. What a brilliant way to like create an email list, right? Because you're signing up for it.
I didn't think of that.
You need to get it emailed, and now it's like boom, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of names, just like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Why would NASA need our emails? That's the question.
Don't you hate how smart NASA is?
Little
rocket
rocket
science.
scientists.
They got me. Oh, you mean it's not a boarding pass? Darn. All right. Well, I guess I'll see what they have going on. Kenny, what else you got?
They say a potentially historic winter storm is coming through the end of this week and into the weekend. They say the storm spans 2,000 plus miles and will affect 30 different states.
You're talking snow.
Snow, ice, and all of the above.
Wow.
Nice.
I don't like when this happens.
Oh.
I really don't. It makes
a
me
fan.
makes me a little unsettled because I'd live, I'm not in like the city anymore where I live, where somehow the buildings, they all weather every storm.
Yeah.
You never know if the power's going to go out.
That's one of the concerns.
And then so we have a wood stove where we live, and I love it, by the way. It feels like a vacation. Still, we moved into this house like a bunch of years ago. I love sitting next to the fire with my wife, Jess. I just did a wood order delivery. They delivered wet wood. And I go, that's not
helpful.
what I ordered.
Yeah.
You don't want wet wood?
No, apparently this is like a firewood guy scam. Well, I don't know if it's a scam, but they run out of the dry wood, and then they just go, yeah, we'll give you this other stuff. Go
No,
ahead.
did you tell them like, hey, this wood is wet?
I did.
I want my money back?
I'm usually not horrifically sarcastic, but I sent them an email and I said, hey, there must have been a mix-up. I ordered dry wood and you guys delivered somewhat wet wood. I didn't want wet wood, so clearly this must be a mix-up. I have to call the guy back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you need a resolution.
Yeah.
Well, you look at these meteorology maps and you see the storm all the way down in Texas up through New England and pretty much everywhere in between. It's snow, it's ice, it's power outages.
Ugh.
And, some of these places may get more than a foot of snow. And in Texas and the Carolinas were brought up specifically, that it could be catastrophic in those areas.
Well, let's keep our eye on the storm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kenny,
We
for
will.
the warning.
And
Prepare.
TJ, I'm glad you brought up your wood stove. Do you have to hire a chimney sweep?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I just saw this in the New York Times. In London particularly, chimney sweeps are on the rise. It's becoming a growing business once again.
Well, a lot of people don't want to deal with wood stoves and, hauling wood. It's just dirty and nasty. It's beautiful, but there's some work that goes into that. And if you use your stove, you've got to take care of your chimney because you could get chimney fires and it's terrible. I didn't know about any of this stuff. And now these chimney guys come and they scrape the inside of it. It's all loud and nasty. but it's cool.
Why is it on the rise?
Well, it's because of rising energy prices. People are turning to wood stoves and fireplaces to heat their homes, especially in the UK. Membership to the UK's Chimney Sweeps Association has climbed to 750 from about 590 in 2021.
You need a membership?
Yeah,
Everything requires a membership nowadays.
H. Firkins and Sons, a chimney sweeps company that they date back to the 1860s, field 70 to 80 calls a day during the winter for chimney sweep service.
Yeah, well, it's good. Glad to hear it. And yeah, it's fun. It is fun. And it gets warm, man. There's something, you try to like get your house heat to keep up with
nice
it.
Smell too.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I mean, if it's anything like Mary Poppins, those chimney sweeps are great dancers.
Yeah,
Really good dancers.
Mine was wonderful. Fully tattooed, but knew how to dance. Kenny, what else you got?
Parents and teachers are becoming increasingly worried about their child's poor spelling skills.
Yeah, I've seen this a little bit, and we just snuff it out right away. But my Charlie, who's my oldest daughter, she gets into this habit of texting her friends through my wife's phone, and she always speaks the text message into the phone.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
definitely easy.
Yeah, and then what I find is she's doing her homework, and I can't count the amount of times. I go, yeah, Charlie, how do you spell vacation? And I'm like, Charlie, look it up in the dictionary. And she doesn't want to do it because it's too much work. And you just tell me how to spell it. I said, Charlie, this is the problem with speaking every word. And she reads a lot too. But it's a way to get lazy. And you can see, like, this is the early phase of 100 years from now when no one knows how to speak the language unless you have this third-party device to help you do it.
Sure.
Is that
that's
good?
scary. That's
Good for
definitely scary.
humanity or not?
Yeah, well, this article from Mashable does bring up that very point, TJ, that digital tools like spell check, Grammarly, ChatGPT, you name it, they're not helping the problem, they're just masking it. And apparently the problem runs deep as teaching strategies have changed over the past couple of decades, where they're taking what they're calling a whole language approach rather than teaching formal spelling and phonics instruction.
What's the whole language approach?
I guess they're not taking the time that perhaps we had during school to go through phonics, the sounds, the rules of the English language.
They're not breaking the words down. They're just showing you the word and telling you how to say it without
that's
breaking
tough.
it down.
Yeah, they're relying on memorization. You
Sure.
simply can't memorize how to spell all these words. You need to know the rules of the English language and the different sounds that are available.
I think at the base level, if we're becoming dependent on a device outside of our mouth that we need to communicate, that feels like a problem because then you you need that product or whatever it is to do the simple thing of communication. It just doesn't sound like it's going in the right direction.
Yeah. It should be a tool, not the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, this article goes into that many teachers today were never properly trained how to teach spelling because instruction was abandoned for decades. Now, experts recommend using about 20 minutes daily of structured spelling instruction focused on rules, phonics, and vocabulary as a way to address this problem with your child.
Imagine a world, we're not too far away from it, but let's say you got a helmet on, I got a helmet on, and then all of a sudden, Jabo, we can talk to each other in whatever language we want.
Right.
Or you can go to France and speak to someone in French. And then all of a sudden, there's this entity that is responsible for that software or whatever it is that's allowing us to do that. And they decide one day, yeah, I'm going to take that away now. What do you do?
I don't know.
We'll talk about...
You go back to just speaking whatever language you speak, and that's it.
Yeah, if you still remember how to speak it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay, Uncle TJ's done for this minute. Kenny, what else you got?
Youth sports are simply getting out of control. We're seeing reports out of Mesa, Arizona. Apparently, multiple police agencies had to respond to a brawl at a youth flag football tournament. They say more than 100 people were involved in the altercation.
That is unbelievable to me.
I'm
100?
laughing because this is not new, right? Like, this is youth sports fights have been going on for a minute.
Yeah, but when I was little, it was like a big one if there were 7 people involved that they would fight.
Yeah.
Oh, 100
100?
yeah, that's a pretty big deal. That is.
That sounds, again, like dystopian fiction.
Well, from what I understand, the reports, about 10 of the players on the field began to fight, and then parents and other spectators joined in.
Oh,
They
my
said
goodness.
something like 30 police cruisers had to drive onto the field to disperse the crowd.
Everybody's on edge.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for a reason. Like, I wish you would. I wish you would. Please give me a reason.
What'd you say about my kid? Yeah, you sure you want to say that?
Yeah, amazingly, no injuries reported and no arrests were made after this.
Oh, so it
What an
must
awful fight.
have been pretty wimpy.
So boring.
Yeah, I mean, the video is very hectic. You can't really see anybody connecting or punching. It's just like a melee. It's just like a crazy, unorganized scene on the field with
Oh, my
cop cars
goodness.
everywhere.
I wonder if it's like, is the headline trying to make it seem like a larger story?
I don't know. I mean, 30 police cars having
Well,
to
yeah, I guess
disperse
that's-
this
100 people?
crowd.
That's
100
a lot.
people.
Must have been like a little slap, like, all right, stop it.
No, you stop it. No, you stop it.
What else you got, Kenny?
New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft was on New England Sports Radio yesterday, and he was speaking candidly about the future of the NFL and changes that he says are coming. And those changes would be adding an 18th game to the NFL regular season and requiring that every team in the NFL plays at least one game overseas.
Well, there was controversy around this because they seemingly keep adding games, and it's putting the players at risk for injury, right?
Well, we brought this up a month or so ago when Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL.
Yeah.
And there is statistics that show that you are more likely to get injured at the end of the season, so adding more games only adds more wear and tear. At this point, the Players Association is against this, but if, to Robert Kraft's points, if the players want to make the money that they're making and see those salaries continue to grow, they have to find that money somewhere.
You're telling me the NFL, they need more money? No.
Something tells me.
That seems. I haven't dug into their financials,
Right.
obviously, but that doesn't seem right to me.
Well, just from my outside view, it seems like they have a lot of money because it's a very successful thing. Like football
Sure.
works. It's pretty popular.
Yeah.
And do they need to add, and will it actually wind up hurting them to add another game? Because their star players are then at risk, and what? So then they get taken out of games? Does it make it less compelling to watch?
I mean, you're making a very great point, but the fact of the matter is quarterbacks are getting $70, $80, $90 million contracts, and the rest of the positions are inching towards that. And
Could they work together and say, okay, instead of 70 or 90 million, could we get back to the 20 million number, which is still a very big
A lot of
number?
money. Even 50. I mean, even
Well,
taking a $10 million
sure.
pay cut might be
If
okay.
you might be able to save 20 mil if you go down to only 50.
Yeah.
Which is apparently, from what I hear, a very good salary to have.
I'm hearing things. You know, what I mean?
you could make that and do very well.
Yeah.
And then everyone is happy.
yeah, well, this is what Robert Kraft was saying. People were surprised that he spoke so candidly about this subject, especially knowing that at this point the Players Association is against it. But his point is, if you guys want to keep on seeing your salaries grow, this is how we're going to get there. Otherwise, we may be looking at a lockout, a players' strike when their collective bargaining agreement comes to an end in 2031.
Well, it's cool because Robert's getting to that age where he can say whatever he wants and he doesn't care. It's fun to hear those types of interviews.
Well, yeah, now he's back in the AFC Championship again
Yeah.
with the New England Patriots. They're back on top, so he's feeling all sorts of powerful, I'm sure.
Kenny, what else do you have?
So I didn't realize this, but Dublin, Ireland is now the third most congested city in all of Europe. Traffic is a major problem. A lawmaker ready to propose new laws to help ease this congestion didn't make it to Parliament on time. You'll never guess why.
Oh, wait, let me guess. Got caught in traffic.
Yeah. He was stuck in traffic, so he was
Hilarious.
unable to introduce the new laws that would have hopefully helped this problem down the line in the future.
Yeah, I was city boy for a long time, and I will tell you, there is nothing like getting caught in one block. And this was in New York City for a lot of years. One block could take 45 minutes.
It's rough.
Trying to exit out of the Holland Tunnel, rush hour traffic. Oh my goodness. You start to wonder, is this how I want to spend my life?
Well, that happened
Stuck?
to all of us last year when we all visited the city together.
Yeah.
It was literally one block for 45
Yeah,
minutes.
well, no, and it happens often.
Yeah.
It could be a construction vehicle. They could be digging up a road. It's wild.
Or just the amount of people. It's just crazy.
That was before New York City introduced their congestion toll. So I wonder, from reports,
If it's changed.
it's gotten better from reports, but I haven't experienced it for myself yet.
Yeah. What else you got, Kenny?
There's a subreddit on Reddit called Confessions where people like to confess to things to the internet that perhaps they've been lying about.
You ever do that, Kenny?
I have not used the Confessions subreddit.
Do you have a confession that you could potentially make?
Not at the moment.
So you've put everything out there.
To you, I don't know.
I 100% could put something that's pretty brutal on there.
Bad?
Yeah. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not doing it.
You're putting me on the spot. I mean,
You must have a secret you don't want me to know.
Yeah, probably. But I could say, like, I've confessed everything. Like, my fiance Allison knows everything about me, all my deepest, darkest secrets.
So what do you think, Heather? Are you curious?
I mean, I'm curious what Kenny
What
has
they were,
done.
right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not telling my husband everything I've done. Heck no.
Well, and this particular story got my attention because manatees are my favorite animal. This father has been lying to his son for 24 years that manatees are his favorite animal. He says it started with a birthday gift when the son was very young. Got him a mug with a manatee on it. The father was insufficiently excited about the gift, so he had to reassure his son, no, I love it. Manatees are my favorite animal. And for years, manatee gifts have been his default gift for every birthday,
look at that.
every Christmas. This man is now 55. His son is 30. His son has booked them a trip for 2 to go swim with the manatees.
Oh,
in
he's got to
Florida.
tell him at this point. It's enough already.
That's hilarious.
Don't you love the internet? I mean, how does that become a headline news story?
People really seem to connect with this. They're suggesting you're going to have to stick with this for the rest of your life, bud. You're going to have a manatee-shaped coffin.
Tell him. Or maybe this is the tipping point. He goes on the trip, he sees those wonderful animals front and center, and he actually does make it. How has it not become his favorite animal? What could be better? What, a dog?
Well, he says he doesn't have anything against manatees, but they're not his favorite animal. They never have been. He appreciates that they're gentle creatures, but he just doesn't have a fascination with them.
I'm now questioning every gift I got my mom because she said one time that she liked cardinals, and I've been getting her cardinal things, like the little bird.
Can you interview
The red
her
bird.
about this?
I should,
That
yeah.
would be great.
because
Next thing you know, Heather's going to be a viral hit.
This is a confession my mom has to make.
Well, and this has gotten a lot of attention. I mean, the New York Post picked up on this story. His plan is to not tell his son. And I wonder if the son will find out just because this has got so much attention on the
Something
internet.
tells me if he has the internet, he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what ruined manatees for me? This is very sad. I was in Florida and we were visiting some manatees on a dock, and I was like, wow, these creatures are amazing. And I noticed they had all these scars on their back.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's because they hang out under boats, and people don't realize that they turn their boat on, and it actually cuts them up. And I've always just sort of felt bad that they have to deal with that. So I don't know that it can become my favorite animal.
They're hard to see in the water, and boaters hit them constantly.
You're a
And
boater. You better be careful.
thankfully, where I'm boating, there aren't any manatees.
Well, watch out in case they get
I
there.
will. That would break my heart if I ever heard a manatee.
This started as a very uplifting, fun story.
It did.
You bummed
Gave
us out.
one a chuckle. And can't really go back in time now. So thank you for listening to The TJ Show. Make the next newscast only uplifting, okay?
Okay.